Check what? Peace, peace, peace. What's good, y'all? It's your brother God Science. I'm up in here once again. Before I even begin, shout out and a special salute to the few that do watch the video. Subscribe. If you haven't, subscribe to the channel. If you want to support the channel, subscribe, like the video, or you can use the Cash App, God Science 7. I'm not begging, but you want to support my channel, go do that. Now, this is a topic that I've been watching for the past week. I wasn't able to make the video because I was doing other things, but I think it's something that needs to be talked about because it's a little irritating. So we're going to go right into it. Now, before I even go into it, I want to say a couple of things. I've been reading some comments on my the videos that I made, and I just want to say something straight to save niggas from their bullshit. First, I don't care how much fucking subscribers I got. I don't care how much fucking views I got. Of course, I would love to have, mad subscribers. Of course, I would love to have mad fucking views. But it doesn't make me depressed. It doesn't change the way how I feel out the day. And some nigga always constantly reminding me, oh, you ain't got no views, you ain't got a lot of views, and you ain't got a lot of subscribers. I don't give a shit about that. See, I'm from the old school. I'm from an era when social media didn't really exist. So it's not that fucking serious to me. Now, I understand to some of y'all, this shit is real serious. YouTube is all y'all got. Facebook is all y'all got. Instagram is all y'all got. Somebody don't like your video. Somebody say some bullshit. That shit really affects you in real life. I think that's fucking crazy. But what the fuck do I know? I'm from the old school. All right. 2, I'm not clout chasing any fucking body. If you go down my videos, I've been doing this for the past 2 years. You see me making videos on people that you will call that have big platforms in the conscious community, and it hasn't worked. I don't have 25,000 subscribers. So obviously, if I was clout chasing, that shit ain't working. All right. I'm not clout chasing. I'm giving my opinion on something that I saw. Now, the last thing is this. What the fuck do you care? What the fuck is it? What you got to do about it? We living in a new world, all right? And in this new world and this, interaction with social media, everybody has a fucking opinion. Get the fuck over it. If you can't get over that shit, you're going to have a very miserable fucking life. Yes, I know you get tired of seeing motherfuckers in their car, giving their opinion on this, giving their opinion on that. God damn it, everybody has a fucking opinion like assholes, okay? Just deal with it. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. Good. Now we got that out the way. Let's get into what I'm talking about. Recently, for the past, I won't even say the couple weeks, it's been going on for a while, especially in what you will call the Black conscious community. We see this attack on Louis Farrakhan, the Honorable Louis Farrakhan. Now, a lot of people don't agree with, whether it's the partner with taking certain things from Scientology. They're like, oh, you're talking about the white man this and the white man that, you know what I mean? And then you turn around and use the white man. I'm not here to say that I agree with 100% of everything that Louis Farrakhan or the Nation of Islam does. But at the same time, I have a certain amount of respect for them. Why? For one, they was doing this shit before I was even born. 2, the Nation of Islam is responsible for waking up a lot of motherfuckers. Now, I've come through the Nation of Gods and Earths. Everybody who has done the knowledge will understand that the Nation of Gods and Earths foundation is those lessons that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad built with that Jew, the white man y'all like to make fucking fun of, Master Pharaoh Malcolm, who wasn't really a Jew. Niggas just repeat shit when they hear it on the internet. Regardless if you agree with those lessons, the ideology behind it, it did some good in the Black community. It took a lot of people out of drugs, took a lot of niggas off the streets, made them good fathers, made them good husbands, wanted to do better in their community. Yes, all of that from the Nation of Islam and the Nation of Gods and Earths. Now, people have moved on. For example, me. There's certain things in the Nation of Gods and Earths or in the Nation of Islam that I don't agree with or I never understood. Let's give an example. Master Pharaoh Muhammad. In the Nation of Islam, Master Pharaoh Muhammad is looked at as God in person. But at the same time, the lesson says the black man is God, right? I never understood how, now the lessons that he brought, did it change us? Did it help us, save us in a certain way? Yes, I get that. But I don't agree with that because it all depends on what the fuck you call God. We have people, saying the black woman is God. I know y'all heard that before. Why is the black woman God? Is it because she's the first human being? Is it because of this? Is it because of that? Then you have other people that look at, the God in the Bible as being God, wherever he's at in the sky, whatever, what we will call the mystery God that you can't see. Everybody has their different perspective on what the fuck God is. So that's just an example of things that I disagree with, or I don't, fully understand where they're coming from. But that doesn't mean I'm going to get on here and call them fucking names and call, and start degrading them. And y'all know who the fuck I'm talking about. I'm talking about him right here, young Pharaoh. Now, I've been watching young Pharaoh from the first day he put up a YouTube channel. I was watching him when he was first down with Sinetta, and I can't front. I've learned some things from him, and I looked at it like, yo, this dude has potential. He's coming with some real shit. He's connecting with people. He connected with a lot of people. And you saw this person that was generally trying to teach the people, generally trying to change, his environment and other environments. But as more time he got known, the more he got known, the more, black women started following him, the more subscribers he got, you started seeing a change. It stopped from being teaching the people to let's expose the people. Now, if you watch his and don't take my word for it, go on his channel and start scrolling down that shit. You will see a change in the videos. You know what I mean? Not saying that he doesn't teach and there's not anything you can learn from him. The point is, I don't see the change in him, and he's very fucking disrespectful. And I have a theory on that, but I'm going to get to that later. Now, if you've seen this documentary, The Nation of Islam Exposed Malcolm's Revenge, that was done by young Pharaoh, I watched it with an open mind. I'm not going to be biased because I came through the nation of gods and earths, and I have a certain amount of respect and love for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad for what his intention was, what he was trying to do. A lot of people don't agree with it, but you got to respect his intentions, what he was trying to do, clean y'all dumbasses up. And a lot of people, it just went through one ear and came out the next. Hey, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm some perfect person that follows everything 100%. Hell no, that ain't me. But I can say I do have a certain amount of respect for the Nation of Islam. Now, one point, if you've been watching Pharaoh for a while, you notice his name used to be Young Pharaoh Allah. And a lot of people used to make fun of him because, look, you have the name Pharaoh, which is, a Kemet Egyptian name. And then you have Allah, which is an Islamic name, which a lot of people, do the knowledge and understand that the Arabs had us enslaved too. So, like, how the fuck does it mix? I don't know this 100%, but my thoughts on it is that somewhere along the line, probably when he was in jail, he bumped into the Nation of Gods and Earth's teachings, those lessons, and that's how he got the name Allah. Now, if he did follow those lessons, and those lessons was, responsible for bringing him into spirituality, the beginning of it, like it's a ladder, the first fucking step, that means the same person that you like to tear down, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Nation of Islam, had a part in playing of raising your ass up. Now, you might have learned more things now, and you might disagree with things now, but if it wasn't for them, and this is a story for a lot of people, but they won't admit it. Hearing Louis Farrakhan reading Message to the Black Man, the Nation of Gods and Earths, hearing that you're God, reading the supreme mathematics, all these things, it started to wake your mind up. That was the beginning of your, what you would call, spiritual journey. Now, some people have stayed there, and, other people have moved on, but they hold that as, and that's basically my story. I'll hold that as a special thing because it helped me. So the same person you like to call a pedophile and all this shit, he was responsible for waking your ass up too. And I hope he sees this video, and please build on that. Now, I'm not a big, huge channel, so I don't have the power that other big channels will have, which would be what he will be forced to answer these fucking questions. And you know the rules of YouTube. There's rules and shit. If you're a smaller channel, the big channel is not going to acknowledge the small channel, even if the small channel is spitting that fucking reel, because they don't want to give them more subscribers. This is all a fucking game thing. So I understand. I get it. But if somebody else that's a bigger channel sees this and they say, yo, he's spitting some real shit, ask his ass that. Now, he claims that this is Malcolm X revenge. First off, let me say this. A lot of people talk about Malcolm X this and Malcolm X that. First off, half of you motherfuckers would not even be walking with Malcolm X if he was alive. Now, I want you to think, in the 1960s, all right? If you do the knowledge, you understand how bad it was back then. It's still bad. I'm not saying that, it's perfect now, but it was bad back then. A person like Malcolm X that was on the FBI list, half of you niggas won't be walking side by side with his ass. I mean, y'all probably be down with him. Yeah, Malcolm X, we got your back. We got your back. All right, so we're gonna go march down here. Like, all right, now I'm gonna stay home here though. But you can go, Malcolm. We got your back. Way back. Y'all know y'all won't be doing that shit, but he's dead now. He's dead. So everybody could kick this Malcolm X shit and Malcolm X that. And secondly, Malcolm X was a human fucking being. That does not take away from the great shit that he's done, that he did, that a lot of people that he inspired. But people just seem to forget who the fuck brought him up, who trained him. It was the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Now, you might, like I said, once again, disagree with his teachings and he was sleeping with underage women. That's bullshit. People need to really understand the real true story of that. But my point is this. He was responsible for creating a lot of great men. Let's go down the line. Let's go down the line. We got Malcolm X. We got Father Allah. Who else? We got Ali Muhammad, the boxer, Cassius Clay. We got him. We could keep going on and on. Louis Farrakhan, him. And we could just keep going and going and going. He was responsible for creating a lot of great men. Those fucking lessons. Now, are there crooked people in the nation? Of course, there's crooked people every fucking where. Shit, look at America. The majority of Americans are Christians, especially white people. Majority of them are God-fearing Christians, but then they're racist as hell. The shit doesn't make any goddamn sense. What does that tell me? That tells me that you're not listening to what the fuck Jesus is saying. You speak this Christian shit and, the blood of Christ this and the blood of Christ that, but your actions don't fucking show it. That's why this generation, you can't come with them with that bullshit because they see through it. It's the same thing with the Nation of Islam. It's the same thing with Orthodox Islam. Any religion, there's always going to be zealots. There's always going to be motherfuckers that's going to take it and do some fucked up shit with it. And then everybody's going to throw everybody else under the bus. I mean, 9/11. Y'all remember when 9/11 went down? Everybody thought that anybody that was that looked Arab and was Islam, they had a fucking bomb. I'm fucking, guilty of that too. You going on a damn, you go on a damn airplane around that time when 9/11 happened, and you see a damn Arab sitting in the front seat of you. What the first thing that comes to your mind? This motherfucker about to blow this shit up. As fucked up as it is, that's how we are as humans. We'll throw everybody else under the bus. The point is that not everybody, you can't put everybody under one fucking label because some idiots do some dumbass shit. Now, when it comes to Malcolm X's death, And this is the shit that I don't like with young Pharaoh. He acts like he was there. He acts like he was Malcolm X's best friend. Like Malcolm X is speaking to him in the spiritual, in the spiritual realm. Do this and do that. I mean, look, it's nothing wrong with loving Malcolm X, but you wasn't there. None of us wasn't there. We don't know what the fuck went down between the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X. It's sad that it went down. Imagine if it didn't go down. Imagine how strong these two brothers would have. I can't imagine the things that they would have done if they stuck together, but it didn't happen that way, and we wasn't there. Now, of course, young Pharaoh in this documentary claims that Louis Farrakhan killed Malcolm X. Now, if you have gone and did the research, you will see that Farrakhan came out a couple years ago admitting that he added to the atmosphere of Malcolm X being killed because he was attacking the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Now, I'm not co-signing that and saying that that's okay, but you got to understand at the time, they looked at Honorable Elijah Muhammad like a savior. I mean, what else did we have before the Nation of Islam? What else did we have that was that powerful, that was waking people up? Nobody else was walking around talking about the white man is the devil and all this shit. So when Malcolm X came out against their teacher, some of them wanted to prove a point. Now, you would never get me to believe that Honorable Elijah Muhammad ordered that hit. He didn't. And from the people that was interviewed around that time that was there, they claimed that he said to leave that brother alone. Now, the second thing is, just because Malcolm X is Malcolm X, he can't lie. He can't do anything wrong, which is real pure bullshit. And that's the point, the problem I have with young Pharaoh's whole fucking presentation. Malcolm X, what he says is gold, but everybody else is lying. You have videos and transcripts and all that shit to go by. You wasn't there unless you have a fucking DeLorean parked up in your house and you could go back in the 60s and see what exactly happened. You know what all of us know. You watching the same documentaries, all the words that Malcolm X said is on fucking video on YouTube. All right? He was a human being. Even if, let's say, Malcolm X exaggerated or lied about certain things, that still doesn't take away from the great things he does. But because he gives this impression that Malcolm X can't lie at all, and he can't, exaggerate anything. A powerful presentation that I need to watch that is done by Dr. Ali Muhammad. Now, I don't agree with everything Dr. Ali Muhammad does, but that presentation is powerful because he brings receipts and a lot of things showing. All right, showing. Now, who was Malcolm X before he was Malcolm X? Malcolm X was in the streets and shit like that. He told it to you himself. So I'm not saying he's a liar. What I'm saying is, don't fucking act like he was this perfect person that it was impossible for him to lie or exaggerate with the Nation of Islam because he was hurt by something that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad did. Stop that bullshit. And what you're doing is fucking dangerous. Because for one, your ass won't go in front of any FOIs, or even why don't you set up a meeting with the Honorable Louis Farrakhan? Set up an interview with him. Sit down face to face and tell him how a bitch he is, and tell him face to face. He won't do that shit. He's not gonna do that shit. And this is what I'm talking about with this whole new social media shit that makes me sick. Now, there's a good side and a bad side to this. A good side, yeah, you can tell how you feel, create your own platform and all this shit. The bad side is that every fucking knucklehead has access to the internet. There's no fucking, there's no gatekeepers to this shit. Some niggas just don't need to be on here. And I know you might say, well, your ass don't need to be. Hey, who gives a shit? Don't watch it. It's funny how niggas will come in my channel, go in my comment section, talk about how my shit is corny and this and that, but they sitting there watching my fucking video, leaving fucking comments. I don't get it. Anyway, Malcolm X was not a perfect human being. And those things that happened between him and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, it happened in the past. None of us know for sure. So if this is your thesis, this is what you believe, I get it. You have a right to critique the Nation of Islam. You have a right to critique their ideology and everything. But you don't have the fucking right to act like what you're saying is 100% true, because it's not, nigga. You don't know. Now, to make things worse, he can't do things in a respectful way, which I believe more people will listen if he did it in a more different way. But no, he comes with the suck my dick and he's a bitch and none of that. No respect whatsoever, which I was saying earlier, and what I think is, and I'm not trying to pick fun of him, and I don't know this dude personally or anything like that, but I feel like this is very personal. And this goes into this young generation claiming that, the elders failed them. And to a certain extent, they're right. They're right. The older generation failed them. But this is what I hear nobody talking about. A lot of y'all motherfuckers don't listen. Now, a lot of people blame, look at Farrakhan. He's in Chicago, and look how crazy Chicago is. But everybody stop to think, are these hard-headed motherfuckers out here listening to what he's saying? I mean, you could go out there with Qurans, Bibles, all kinds of shit. God damn it, you probably have a UFO come out there and land, and God will walk out the damn UFO and be like, yes, this is true. And niggas will still be in the damn streets doing the same shit because they don't listen. A lot of these young dudes are using this excuse of the elders failed us, so we're going to just wild out and have no respect for them. But in reality, a lot of y'all motherfuckers didn't listen, so y'all had to learn the hard fucking way. So it's a 50-50 thing. Don't put it all on the elders. Yes, they do deserve that, because a lot of them have let y'all down. But at the same time, a lot of y'all are some fucking hard-headed motherfuckers. And regardless of how much time the elders tell you this and tell you that, you don't want to fucking hear that shit. What y'all say? We don't want to hear that black power shit. We don't want to hear that shit. So, okay, go out there and learn the hard fucking way. And that's the whole fucking issue I have with young Pharaoh. I'm not saying that he can't challenge, the teachings of the Nation of Islam or anything like that. Like I said, I don't agree with every fucking move that the Honorable Louis Farrakhan does. Far from it. But you will never see me making a fucking video calling him a bitch and making all kinds of fucking smart remarks and shit. It's uncalled for. It's uncalled for. First off, my mom taught me to respect my elders. That doesn't mean kiss your elders' ass. That doesn't mean ride your elders' dick. That doesn't mean that the elders can be wrongs, sometimes like that. It just means to respect your fucking elders' shit. When elder people are around, I can't even curse. Like, for instance, being around my grandmother and shit like that. I can't curse around my grandmother. And a lot of us are brought up that way, or even around my mom. You just feel weird doing it. That just shows that you was trained to respect your fucking elders. This dude doesn't have that. He doesn't have that shit. You can still go at his teachings. You can still go at what you believe that what he's not doing. If you believe he's a sellout and all this, you can still say those things, but you don't have to start with the fucking name calling and all this shit. Now, I saw a video done by Brother Herman Smalls pleading to him, and he did do it in a respectful way, but this nigga doesn't respect respectful. He doesn't respect that. He doesn't respect humble. He never seen a humble pie in his fucking life. He has this arrogant, and I don't really blame him. I'll tell you who I blame. The people. Because if you go in his chat room when he's doing one of these fucking live streams, for one, you got the chicks up in there that don't even give a damn about what's being taught or what's being said. They just looking at it. They want to look at his chest and all that shit. And don't even come to me about, well, you just mad they ain't looking at it. I don't give a fuck about that. All right? I'm just saying, just call it what it is. Don't act like, half of them just fuck with Pharaoh because he teaches the black woman is fucking God. And that boosts they don't understand the science of what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Even though I disagree with that, because we are all God. And then it goes back to what is God to you? What is God to you? The point is, they just like hearing that shit. And a lot of niggas use this black woman is God shit for pussy. Let's just be fucking real about it. I mean, what you call them? The Hotep niggas that will use this spirituality shit, and we seen it time for time, to get in some bitches' pants. And then sooner or later they find out, oh, this nigga was full of shit. I could go on and on with it. If it ain't that, it's with the money thing. We seen what's been going on in the conscious community for like 3-4 fucking years. Black people are sick and tired of white people and their shit. They have a special hatred there. Now, if you were, in business school, you're taught that find a need. Find a need and you fulfill that need. That's the basis of business, right? These niggas is doing that. They see that, white, black people, people of color, indigenous, whatever the fuck you want to call it, is still going through the same shit. Like sometimes you turn on the TV and swear that you're in 1965. Because white people just can't get over this. So they have a certain hate. Now you have niggas that will come in and use that hate. Hey, the white man is doing this. We need to get together. Yeah. They go to emotions. We need to get together. Yeah. Fuck these white people. We're going to get together. We're going to build our business. Yeah. Now you getting hyper and shit. Now you're gelling in his flow. It's like, yo, this dude is the real. Yo, he's the real shit. And then they hit you with the donations. Then they hit you with, you come and invest in this and I'm going to show you how to do this. And what niggas do? They give the money, and then 2 months, 3 months, they don't receive their order. And then now the niggas making videos. I didn't receive my order. Right? It's the same shit over and over and over. And this nigga is not exempt from it. I'm not going to get into, see Hassan Campbell if you want to know why some people call young Pharaoh a scammer. Too. Go see Hassan Campbell channel and he will let you know. The point is this. These dudes is using, wake the fuck up from that fucking white and black bullshit. It's all a damn game. Now you have our own people, and it's worse when our people do it. When our people, rob and scam their own people, because we expect that from the white man. We expect that from them. We don't expect that from people that come out the same situation we came out of, talking about this spirituality bullshit. And then they use that to get in your pockets and take your fucking money. And then you don't get what you paid for. And then it's like, here we go fucking again. And the first thing a lot of us will say, you see, this is the reason why I don't support black businesses. It's the same shit. If it ain't being unprofessional, is the other, that black business feeling that, hey, this is a black person I'm dealing with, so I don't have to be professional. We got fucking issues. I'm not even, we got fucking issues. But the point is, we don't have to disrespect the elders like that. And this is not the first time. I mean, couple months ago, it was Bobby Hemmett. And a lot of people disagree with the things Bobby Hemmett teach. That's all good. But what was his intention? What was he trying to do? Teach y'all motherfuckers, raise y'all up. So have a little, I disagree with him. I respect. That's not going to happen with him. That's not going to, he's too cocky and too fucking arrogant. And you can't blame him because it's the people that's keep him in check. But no, you go through the comment section when they're having the live streams, you go into the chat room. Yeah, get him, tell him, yeah, expose that motherfucker. Yeah. That's all you see in there. So how the fuck can you blame? Like a brother was telling me, he left a comment. He was like, he doesn't blame Polite anymore. He blames the fucking sheep. I mean, if Polite could go out there and just rob you and you keep giving his goddamn money, who's the sucker? It's not, I mean, he's wrong for doing it, but it's your dumb ass because you know not to give him the damn money, but you constantly keep doing it and doing it and doing it. So I'm not going to be talking about no damn Polite no more, robbing the people or anything like that. People want to be robbed. Your people want their money to be taken. They want to send their money somewhere. You know why? Because we constantly looking for a fucking savior outside ourselves. And I'm going to end the video here because I know it's a little long, but it's a lot of shit I wanted to say on this. We continue to look for a savior outside ourselves. It's nothing wrong with people teaching us. There's nothing wrong with having someone a mentor and shit. But at the same time, the only person that's going to save you is yourself. You have to be careful about that because people will use that shit to get what they want. Whether it's pussy, if it's not pussy, it's money. If it's not money, it's this. If it's not this, it's that. Now you in the conscious community where nobody trusts nobody. So now you have a person that comes up with a real good idea. He doesn't have any bad intentions. He really wants help from the people. They're not gonna help him. Why? Because everybody's fucking scamming. So now you can't believe shit. You know, people don't hold on to the money now because they're sick and tired of hearing about it. So, you know, this exposing thing, has Pharaoh ever thought about reaching out to these people, talking to them one-on-one? I mean, it might not be possible, but if you love your people like you say you do, if you're trying to raise your people up like you do, don't you think it'll show a little bit of maturity and all that shit that you talk about, the chakras and the fucking kundalini and all this spiritual shit? That's what spiritual fucking masters will do, you know? But like I said, you can hear a lot of information from these brothers, but what I think real spirituality is, and I might be wrong, is it's not that sweet. And what I mean by it's not being that sweet is that the number one thing about it is going within yourself and dealing with your fucking demons. And trust me, there's a lot of dark, nasty shit that everybody holds within themselves. And some people don't want to face that. And that's what real fucking spirituality is, as I see it. And that's why a lot of motherfuckers don't do it, because it's too much work. It's easier to point and blame. It's easier to point and blame this person, blame that person. It's the white man doing this, it's this. When you start blaming and looking at yourself and start seeing your shortcomings and start seeing where you can do better in yourself, that's a hard fucking pill to swallow. So niggas like, fuck this shit. They be back on their bullshit. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. What you think about this whole thing about disrespecting, Honorable Louis Farrakhan? I mean, like I said, I don't agree with everything that the man teaches. There's even a split in the Nation of Islam to have people that follow, Honorable Elijah Muhammad and believe that there's no successor. And then there's people that follow Farrakhan and be like, yes, Farrakhan is a successor. So it's all confusing, man. I say follow your fucking self, because anytime we start following people and start holding people up higher than ourselves, that's when we're gonna fucking get in trouble, because we learn that they're nothing but fucking human beings, man. And the real work is within. Like Panic said, that's the real work. And it's the hardest. Trust me, it's the hardest. Looking within yourself and dealing with your insecurities, your fears, your stinginess, your jealousy, your fucking envy, all the things that's within you that you don't want to admit. And that's what spirituality is. Going within there, that's the picture of the sword fighting the fucking dragon. That's what it is. Battling your own fucking ego. And a lot of niggas just can't deal with that. But let me know what y'all think. Thank you for watching. If you stood this far and listened to me, I really appreciate it. If you want to, support my channel, the Cash App, God Science 7. If you don't want to give money, like the video. If you don't want to like the video, subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, then just don't do shit and listen. It's all good. You know what I mean? But thank you guys for watching. I'll be up with the next one, and peace.